Hi, my name is Gary Heibertshausen. My wife Joyce and I run a sheep ranch down by Alzada, Montana. We have about 3 bands of sheep. We range lamb and shed lamb. We have a small flock of registered sheep that we use for breeding stock, and the commercial flock that we use for meat and wool. We use herd dogs because it's just the 2 of us, and the dogs can cover a lot of country, and with our average lambing pasture being between 1,500 and 2,000 acres, it works well to have a dog. One person and a dog can go out and gather that pasture in a little no time and bring them to the corrals when we need to do herd health, shearing, docking, or shipping. The dogs we use are border collies. Border collies are, the border collies being a black and white dog, but they can be multiple colors. Most of ours are what they call a tri, which is black, white, and brown, and they can even be red and blue. We use the medium to long coat just for better insulation in the winter. It does cause some problems with some of the weeds, and you have to keep their hair cleaned out with things like that on cheat grass and like that. Each dog have traits on how they work. Some dogs are better in close quarters. Some dogs have a better outrun. The dog has to have the natural instinct to herd, which all dogs do, but they have to be able to keep that herding instinct and not going into hunting mode, and be able to read their sheep. And we do that with the breeding that my wife does on what genetics. And you can kind of tell as pups when they grow up which one will have instinct, which one don't. You'll see Bo, a picture of Bo in the video. He's a pup. He's a big dog. He comes from pretty good lines. As of yet, the switch hasn't turned on for the interest to herd yet, but that could come anywhere from 4 months to a year and a half old before the dog gets interested in actually herding or not. And sometimes the jury's out. We have high hopes for him. The other dogs, we put the basic commands on, Joyce does, on the dogs as far as downs and stops and returns and that on it. Most usually we don't have the time. It takes a lot of time, a lot of short times. You want to work a dog on short periods of time often and try and always end on a good note. And a lot of times we just don't have that time with the other jobs on the ranch to train a dog fully. So we'll put the basic on, maybe send them out to a trainer either in Idaho or Wyoming to put some 30 days to 60 days on them and come back, and then we can use them on the sheep in the corral to go train. If you want to start a dog, the first thing you want to do is get them commands onto those dogs so they listen to you, and maybe start them on some ducks or geese, something along that lines. You want to use an animal that naturally herds together to help a dog. The sheep industry dates back to one of the first industries, about 10,000 years old, and dogs were used even before that to herd for hunting, and they developed them into herding for the livestock industry. I told you earlier in the video how many sheep we had. Do you know how many sheep are in a band? I'll introduce our team here. First we have Annie. She comes from Wyoming. Then beside her is Gwen, who comes from Idaho. Turner's on loan to us from Wyoming to help us through shearing. And the big guy walking there, Bo. Bo is our pup. He thinks you ought to have a little loving on him. And then the little black and white is Nell. She comes from Scotland. So you have to have a team of dogs. Each dog has their own set of traits on how they work, what they work for you, and how you train them. And we'll get into more of that later. Thank you.
Steady! Away. Steady. Stand. Away. Away. Stand. 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 That'll do. Turner, that'll do. That'll do.